Little Fox.
The Story of Dr. Dolittle. Chapter 7. The King of Joliginki.
The storm lasted throughout the night. By morning, the sun was shining again. Most of Dr. Dolittle's belongings were lost. Fortunately, his medicine bag did not sink with the boat.
Are we in Africa?
Asked Gub-Gub. He was happy to be off the boat.
I'm not sure,
replied Dr. Dolittle.
Oh, my tummy!
Gub-Gub cried suddenly.
What's the matter, Gub-Gub?
Said the doctor, worried.
There's nothing wrong with him, Doc,
growled Jip.
No, my tummy does hurt.
The pig moaned.
Tell me how it hurts, Gub-Gub.
Dr. Dolittle gently asked.
He's not sick, he's just hungry,
barked an angry Jip.
Jip! Gub-Gub, stop it!
Polynesia scolded.
I think all of us need some food.
But our food sank with the boat,
pointed out Dab-Dab.
We must go into the jungle and find some food,
replied Polynesia.
Chi-Chi, you are the quickest, so you must go. Jip, your sense of danger is the best, so you must go. Gub-Gub, you must go.
Why?
Jip asked sharply.
Because Gub-Gub can smell food the best. If there is food, he'll find it.
Chi-Chi, Jip, and Gub-Gub bravely walked into the jungle.
Be careful,
called out Dab-Dab.
Don't go too far or you'll get lost,
shouted Dr. Dolittle.
Don't worry, Dr. Dolittle. I'm sure the animals here will help us.
Chi-Chi called back. An hour and then 2 hours went by. The animals didn't return.
I hope they're okay.
Dab-Dab looked toward the jungle.
Look, they must be coming. Gub-Gub, Chi-Chi, Jip!
quacked the duck. But it was not their friends. A tribe of Africans walked out of the jungle. They carried sharp spears and large shields. Their leader walked up to Dr. Dolittle.
Who are you?
The leader asked in a gruff voice.
My name is John Dolittle. I'm a doctor,
Dr. Dolittle answered. The leader did not say anything, so the doctor continued.
I was on my way to help the monkeys in Africa and... This is Africa.
The leader interrupted.
Oh, wonderful! Where are the monkeys? I must go to them at once.
The doctor said.
No.
The leader shook his head.
No, but they need me,
pleaded the doctor.
No, this is King Joliginki's land. No stranger is allowed to go through,
warned the leader.
But then how can I help the monkeys?
asked the doctor. Just then, Chi-Chi and the others returned.
We found food! We found food!
They cried.
How dare you steal King Joliginki's food?
Shouted the leader. Dr. Dolittle and his animals were taken to King Joliginki. Gub-Gub had a banana in his mouth.
Oink, oink! It's mine! Oink!
He snorted.
Stop your pig squealing or we will have him for dinner,
said the leader.
Gub-Gub, please give the man your banana,
said the doctor. The tribesmen did not understand what Dr. Dolittle was saying. To them it sounded like this.
Gub-Gub,
oinky oink 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 oinkity oink.
What did you say?
The leader asked.
I was talking to my pig,
replied Dr. Dolittle.
Oh, you talk to pigs, do you?
laughed the leader.
Yes, I can talk to animals,
Dr. Dolittle replied proudly.
Then what am I saying?
asked the leader.
Oink, snort, oink, oink. What is the meaning of this?
A voice boomed out of nowhere.
Who are you?
The voice boomed louder.
Who dares enter the land of King Jolliginki?
The voice roared.
The Story of Dr. Dolittle. Chapter 8. Polynesia and the King.
King Jolliginki and Queen Ermintrude lived deep in the jungle. Dr. Dolittle now stood before them.
What is your business here?
King Jolliginki roared. His voice was much louder than that of most men. That's why it sounded like a roar. Dr. Dolittle explained why he came to Africa. The king listened carefully.
May I travel through your land to help the monkeys?
The doctor asked politely.
No.
The king shook his head. Dr. Dolittle could not believe his ears.
Why not, Your Majesty?
He asked.
Many years ago,
Replied the king.
I allowed a man to go through my land. I was kind to him, but do you know what he did? He killed my elephants, dug up my gold, and chopped down my trees. I will never again let a stranger go through my land. Never!
King Jolliginki turned to his guards.
To the dungeon!
He ordered. Dr. Dolittle and the animals were dragged away to the dungeon. It was cold, dirty, and dark in the dungeon.
I wish we had never come here,
Cried Gub Gub. Then he started to cry.
Be quiet or else I'll hit you.
Chi Chi warned.
Dr. Dolittle! Dr. Dolittle!
The animals surrounded him.
Is everyone here?
Dr. Dolittle blinked.
No, we can't find Polynesia.
Jip replied sadly.
Oh no, Polynesia! Polynesia!
Dr. Dolittle looked around for his beloved bird.
Shh! I'm here.
Whispered a voice from the window. They all looked up.
Polynesia!
They shouted.
Shh! Quiet. The guards will hear you.
Polynesia whispered.
You must get us out of here, Polynesia.
Dr. Dolittle pleaded.
Don't worry, Dr. Dolittle.
Polynesia comforted him.
I already have a plan.
Yippee! Polynesia will get us out.
Shouted Gub Gub. That night, Polynesia flew into the king's bedroom. She pretended to be Dr. Dolittle.
King Jolliginki.
Polynesia said in the doctor's voice.
Oh, Ermintrude, is that you?
The king thought it was the queen.
King Jolliginki!
The bird called out more loudly.
Who's there? Show yourself.
King Jolliginki said.
I am the great Dr. Dolittle.
Polynesia replied.
Show yourself.
Repeated the terrified king.
Listen to me, foolish king.
Polynesia said in a low voice. King Jolliginki was getting very scared.
You are in my dungeon. How can you speak to me?
He cried.
Of course you cannot see me. I am invisible.
Polynesia laughed.
No, that's impossible.
His voice sounded squeaky and high.
Let us go.
Polynesia commanded.
No, I can't.
The king sobbed.
If you don't, then I will make you sick like the monkeys.
Who is the king talking to? Wondered Queen Ermintrude. The king did not want to suffer.
Guards! Guards! Release the prisoners!
He roared.
The guards ran toward the dungeon.
Polynesia flew out the window. At that moment, Queen Ermintrude turned and saw her. What is that parrot doing here? She asked her puzzled husband. Polynesia had no time to waste.
Dr. Dolittle, wake up! Get ready!
She gasped. Before the doctor could answer, the guards opened the door.
By the king's orders, you are free to go,
Shouted a guard.
Quickly, doctor, follow me!
Polynesia said in the animal language.
Stop! Stop! Don't let the prisoners go!
The king ran toward the dungeon. The king now knew he had been tricked.
It was the parrot, pretending to be the doctor,
His wife had said, but it was too late. The doctor and all his animals were gone.
The Story of Dr. Dolittle. Chapter 9. The Escape.
Jolly Kinky was very upset.
Bring the prisoners back!
He roared loudly. His guards, servants, and even poor Queen Ermintrude were sent out into the jungle. Dr. Dolittle and the animals could hear the guards behind them.
We'll get them.
One shouted.
They're sure to get lost in our jungle.
Cried another.
Let's put them back in the dungeon.
The guards roared.
What if they get us?
Cried Dub Dub and Gub Gub. Jip growled at them.
Don't worry. Chi-Chi knows the jungle better than any human.
Shh.
The doctor and the animals soon came to a crossroad.
Which way do we go, Chi-Chi?
Asked the doctor.
This way.
Chi-Chi pointed toward the dark shadows. Gub Gub began crying.
Oh, I don't want to go that way.
Gub Gub, you must learn to trust your friends.
Dr. Dolittle said kindly. The pig still did not want to go.
Stay and get caught by Dolly Ginky's guards. I don't care.
Growled Jip.
Jip is right. If you don't come with us, the king's guards will get you.
Said Dr. Dolittle.
I'll fly beside you, Gub Gub.
Promised Polynesia. The hours passed quickly. There was no sign of the doctor or the animals.
Where did they go?
One guard asked. None of them were shouting anymore. The king would be very angry if the prisoners weren't found. Chi-Chi knew a hiding place. No man, not even the monkeys, knew about it.
What's happening?
Jip asked.
They're gone. For now.
Answered Chi-Chi.
What is it now, Gub Gub?
Jip tried to make his voice sound nice.
I'm hungry.
The pig replied.
Stay here. I'll get us some food,
Polynesia said and flew off. Polynesia knew the jungle very well.
She found plenty of food and drinks for them.
What's that, Polynesia?
Gub Gub pointed.
This is a coconut. It's really delicious.
Polynesia answered. Polynesia flew up higher and higher. Then she dropped the coconut. Splat!
Drink the coconut milk.
Dr. Dolittle told them. Soon it was time to leave the tree.
Come on, everyone. We must be on our way.
Dr. Dolittle said. Back at the palace, the king was not happy at all.
How could they escape? How? This is my jungle!
The king boomed. All the guards were afraid of the furious king.
Go back to the jungle. Don't return until you found them.
The king commanded. Dr. Dolittle and the animals did not know the guards were still following them.
How much longer, Chi-Chi?
Asked the very tired pig.
Soon, my friend. We are almost there.
Chi-Chi replied.
At least we don't have to worry about the king's guards.
Jip added. Everyone thought they were safe. Dr. Dolittle and the animals were very tired, but they didn't stop.
We must help the monkeys.
Dr. Dolittle kept saying.
But I'm so tired. I'm hungry and sleepy and...
Complained Gub Gub. Suddenly, there was a noise from the trees.
What is it, Chi-Chi?
Whispered the doctor.
I think we're being watched.
Chi-Chi answered quietly. The trees moved again. Something was coming out toward them.
I'm scared.
Squeaked Gub-Gub.
So am I, Gub-Gub.
The doctor replied.
Little Fox.